All shortcuts hide something you never expect. I was with 3 of my friends, Laura, Max, and Sarah, on a weekend trip to this remote forest up in northern Canada, near a lake surrounded by rocky hills. We just wanted to get away from the city, hike a bit, take some pictures, camp out, and breathe some real air for a change. The day started off perfect. Sunlight filtering through the trees, the smell of wet dirt after a rain, birds chirping, and our laughter bouncing across the trails. Max was leading us on his digital map and suggested a side trail that would save us like half an hour to reach the perfect camping spot by the lake. After 10 minutes, we noticed some weird stuff. Tree trunks with strange carvings, piles of wet leaves in odd patterns, like someone had brushed them aside recently. We didn't think much of it, just figured it was normal forest stuff and kept going. Suddenly, Sarah tripped on a hidden root covered by leaves, and her foot fell into a small hole. We rushed to help her, using branches and a rope to get her up. After that, every step felt super calculated. As we kept going, the trail started to disappear into thicker trees, and every shadow seemed to move with us. The usual forest sounds vanished, replaced by strange noises. Branches snapping sharply, leaves falling out of nowhere, like something or someone was watching us. Max spotted fresh footprints in the muddy soil that weren't ours, and suddenly the feeling of being watched hit us full on. Between the trees, I noticed something shiny on the ground. When we got closer, it was a tiny camera, covered in moss, fixed to a tree trunk and pointed straight at the path. We had no idea who put it there or how long it had been. The thought that someone was watching us for real made my stomach drop. We tried to move forward carefully. Every step counted. Then, we heard heavy footsteps a few meters behind us, mixed with the crunch of leaves. We froze, whispering our plan. Move slowly, watch every shadow, avoid any hole that could make us fall. The forest got denser, darker, and more tangled. We found a tilted trunk with weird red marks on it, like dried blood. None of us dared to go near it, but the fear was rising fast. Max suggested we go around it, staying out of sight just in case. If while carefully moving, something darted between the trees, long, twisting, fast. We couldn't tell what it was, only that it was silently keeping up with us. Our breaths were heavy, the leaves crackling underfoot, and every tiny sound became part of the fear surrounding us. We reached a shallow stream, hopping over slippery logs to keep balance. Then, a huge branch snapped overhead with a loud crack, making us all scream. It hit me. This wasn't safe anymore. Everything in this forest could be a threat. A bit further, we heard a faint metallic scraping sound, like someone messing with metal tools between the trees. We had no idea where it was coming from, but it pushed us to hurry toward what we hoped was the river, thinking we could find a way out. Closer to the riverbank, Laura spotted another tree with deep scratch marks, like signals. Each of us realized someone might have been ahead of us, maybe even watching our every move. Moving through the trees became cautious, our eyes scanning for anything unnatural. The ground got rougher, stones coated in mud, making each step tricky. Max caught a glimpse of a long shadow moving weirdly between trees, disappearing, then reappearing, silently following us. Our nerves were stretched thin. A narrow path appeared, covered in old nets and dry leaves. As we approached, We heard synchronized thuds and metal sounds matching our steps. Everything felt like a live trap. Even the wind through the trees felt suspicious. While trying to get past, Max saw an old piece of clothing hanging on a tree, with mud and dried blood on it. We didn't know if it was old or recent, but the sense of danger was real. We messaged to move quickly but carefully, every step measured toward the riverbank. After a few more steps, we spotted a broken flashlight on the ground, dimly reflecting light as if someone had left it intentionally. The forest seemed to twist and cross around us in every direction, and we carefully followed the distant sound of flowing water. Finally, just before reaching the main road, we heard a faint whisper trailing us from the trees. Some sound we couldn't make sense of. It made us sprint toward anything that felt safe, until we spotted a faint light on the main road peeking through the trees. We cautiously approached and found an elderly couple who offered us water, some food, and guided us to a safe spot to wait for help. An ambulance came a few minutes later, taking Sarah to the hospital for her injury, while we reported all the signs, traps, and strange stuff we'd seen to the police. We all made it out alive, but the forest left its mark. Every shadow, every sudden noise, every weird thing we'd seen or touched stayed etched in our minds. The terror wasn't just a feeling. It was real, tangible, and anyone could face it if they wandered too far. If you dare to stay in the realm of horror, subscribe and share this video. The dark stories are far from over.